Hey guys, welcome back to Kios. We're now here for my Champions League group stages predictions, and I'm very excited for this one. To be fair, I'm very excited. We've got another prediction. This is another predictions video where I do like predicting. To be fair, this is the one where I will be predicting the Champions League, and I do like these kind of videos. To be fair, doing these kind of predictions and seeing how much I get right and stuff, because like we've done them for the Premier League and Championship so far. Now we're doing them for the Champions League. I don't think I'll do them for the Europa League because, like, I know very limited teams in that league. Like, there's a load of washed up teams that I literally don't know about. Like, I don't know much about some of those teams in the Europa League, apart from like Man United, Arsenal, Real Sociedad. Well, they're the three at the top of my mind right now, which I can only think of. But Champions League is going to be an interesting one, though. I can't wait. Yeah, we're going to be predicting all the group stages. Then eventually when the group stages are done, that's when I will eventually come back to be predicting the rest of like the knockouts and everything like that. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, we're going to be predicting how the group stages are going to end and everything like that for the Champions League. So yeah, it should be a good one. Steve, hello. But yeah, right. So you guys can play along in the chat as well. With your predictions, of course, for you guys said your predictions as well in the chat for all the group stages. So the first Group A, obviously, like we had to start with Group A. In Group A, we got Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli, and Rangers. Probably one of the groups that I'm most intrigued about in like mostly, to be fair. I'm quite excited about Group A. I feel like it will be good. So we're going to start off fourth place in Group A. Will be interesting. Steve says Real to win CL and United to win Europa. I think the same at the moment, to be fair. I think the same at the moment as you. Real will probably win the Champions League, and hopefully United can pull off the Europa League as well, which I'm fairly confident in at this moment in time. Right, to Group A, obviously Ajax. We've got Liverpool, Napoli, and Rangers. We're going to start off with fourth place. I feel like this is going to be an interesting one to, of course, predict, I feel. Fourth place that we will have for this group is going to be Napoli. I feel like this is going to be a real, like, tight one, to be fair. Like, Napoli, I'm predicting. But honestly, like, this could look like go any way, to be fair. But I'm predicting Napoli to finish bottom and in fourth. I reckon they will pick up a few points in this group, though. I don't think they're going to fail massively. I do believe Napoli will go on. They will be able to pick out a few points out of this group stage, but I don't think they're good enough to get out of the group, and they'll probably finish last. To be honest with you, I feel like this is going to be the prediction. Napoli in fourth. Say in the chat if you agree, guys. But in third place, I'm going with Rangers. Honestly, I reckon a Europa League spot after this group for Rangers. I mean, I reckon they take it massively. I reckon Rangers fans would happily take third in this group stage. Honestly, I think they would take third in the group. I don't think there's any problem with this for them. I feel like it's a good place. They'll be able to go down to the Europa League, which I feel like they take, possibly try and fancy their chances in that like they did last year. But honestly, I think it's harder for them this year because Man United and Arsenal are in it. So, and let's be honest, that's probably going to be the final. Unless, yeah, it probably will be. But I feel like Rangers will fancy their chances, possibly try and get up to the semi-finals in the Europa League after they do get knocked out of the Champions League. I'm pretty confident they will. Fair play. It's been a good story. They have managed to get to the group stages. Brilliant achievement, but they've got such a hard group. Second place, we got Ajax. Honestly, I think this is a no-brainer. I honestly think it's a no-brainer. I feel like Ajax won't be able to win. I feel like they'll drop points to teams like Liverpool and stuff. Possibly Rangers as well. I mean, honestly, we could see it go either way. But obviously, first place Liverpool. I mean, honestly, yeah, they're not doing well in the Prem at the moment at all. It's not looking good for them in the Premier League at the moment, to be fair. But this is how it's standing. But yeah, it's not looking good for Liverpool in the Premier League at this moment in time at all, to be fair. Let's be honest, it's not. Blake says Liverpool first, Napoli second, Rangers third, Ajax last. So that's an interesting call, to be fair. Liverpool definitely first. Napoli's a real interesting one. Rangers, yeah, we agree on that. And Ajax last. I feel like I do get where people are coming from because I've seen a few people doing these kind of predictions and they're not really rating Ajax that highly. And I feel like that is because they don't have Erik ten Hag. Because, of course, we've snatched them up, of course. So they don't. So Ajax don't have Erik ten Hag anymore, and they've lost Martinez and Antony, who are two of their best players. So to us again, of course. But yeah, honestly, I do think they will be able to get out of the group, and I feel like they will prove quite a few people wrong who aren't putting them up there. Roma will win the Europa League. Mourinho are focused on the Europa League. Yeah, I don't have any complaints about that. I mean, I reckon United are going to do it, but Roma, I think, is a decent shout. I think Roma's a decent shout for the Europa League. Right, so now we are on to Group B. Let's see who's in this one. Okay. Right, so Group B is another... This one's a tight one. I don't think it's got, like, the amount of popularity, though, than like, the Liverpool group and stuff, because, like, these teams here, Liverpool, Ajax, Rangers, Napoli, fairly popular teams in the countries they're based in, to be honest. So I think that's probably why it's more interesting. But this one looks to me an interesting group: Atletico Madrid, Bayern Leverkusen, Club Brugge, and Porto. That looks like an interesting group stage to me. To be fair, it does. So Group B, I think fourth place. I feel like this is an interesting one to predict. But I feel like in fourth place, I feel like it's fairly obvious. One name stands out for fourth and last place is Club Brugge. Club Brugge last place, in my opinion. I mean, honestly, it's another year in the Champions League for Club Brugge, but let's be honest here, they are going to crash out last, Club Brugge. To be honest with you, I mean, honestly, they're usually in hard groups. To be fair, they are usually given hard groups, though, Club Brugge. They could give a few teams a run for the money, for sure they could. But, honestly, this is a hard group for Club Brugge. You've got Atletico, who, look good, obviously. Bayern Leverkusen, good team. Porto, good team as well. Third place, I think Porto. Porto will end up going down to the Europa League. So Porto in third place. You guys say your predictions in the chat for it as well. Porto, yeah, I feel like I feel like Porto third. I feel it's got written all over it. I mean, again, I feel like if Porto and Rangers and stuff go out of the group stages in the Champions League by finishing third, I honestly think that makes the Europa League look even more like a tougher competition, to be fair. Because, like, so far, the standout teams, Man United, Arsenal, Real Sociedad, Roma, and all that, to be fair. So yes. But yeah, third, I think Porto. And I think if Porto go down to the Europa League, I feel like that makes the competition look interesting, to be fair. It does. In second place, it's got to be Bayern Leverkusen. It's got to be Bayern Leverkusen, in my opinion. Yeah, I honestly, how do you spell Leverkusen? Leverkusen. But yeah, I feel like Bayern Leverkusen will finish second in this group. I just feel like, yeah, obviously Atletico Madrid first. I feel like they're ahead of everyone else in the group. Honestly, I do. I feel like they're way better than everyone else in the group. I know, yes. But I just feel like it'd be a battle between Bayern Leverkusen and Porto to get out of the group, honestly. I just don't really see anyone threatening Atletico at the top. I reckon Porto and Leverkusen could give them a game. But honestly, I can't see it. I can't really see Atletico Madrid letting top of this group really slip out their hands, to be fair. Leverkusen are poor defensively. Atletico Madrid are looking poor. That's fair, to be fair. That is true. Bayern Leverkusen, I know they're having a problem at the moment, defensive wise. To be honest, they are. That is true. Atleti, I still think they get out the group, no problem. Probably finish first, no problem. To be fair, I feel like they will put full focus on this, on the Champions League. I feel like they will, and I feel like they are ahead, quite far ahead of everybody else in their group. So I feel like they can get out of it fairly easily. Porto can get a possible second, though. Let's be honest. Porto can get a possible second, and I think it's obvious Club Brugge will finish last. But yeah, Porto with a possible second, I think, is fair enough. I honestly do. Like if you would put them there, of course, but I feel like it would be an interesting call. To be fair. Right, next. What's the next one? We've got Group C. Oh, this one looks interesting again. This is the Group C. You've got Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, and Plzen. So that's the one. Plzen, no clue who they are. Never heard of them before. Just now, to be fair. Plzen in Group C. Never heard of them before. Just now. But yeah, Bayern. What's their name? Barcelona and Inter. Interesting. Right, so fourth place, we're sticking Lezen, obviously. Like, who are they? Lezen. Don't even know if that's how you spell their name, but you've got Lezen. Third place, like, this is actually a difficult one. You guys say your thoughts in the chat. I'm interested in hearing what people have got to. Oh, it's Pleasant, not Lezen. But yeah, you guys put in the chat as well. What do you guys think of this Group C with Bayern? Why am I so struggling to say Barcelona's name? With Bayern, Barcelona, Inter, and Plzen. Like, say what you guys think about that, because this is an interesting group. Apart from Plzen, who just gets added to the mix just to be there, just for the sake of it, just for an easy win, Plzen. But yeah, fourth place Plzen, obviously, no clue who they are. So Plzen. In third place, we are gonna stick in. I don't know. Fourth place. Wait, yeah, I've already said that. Pleasant, fourth place. Third place, I have no clue. I'm gonna say Inter. Oh, imagine Inter in this Europa League. This is gonna make it so hard for us to win now. But I still need to back the lads to do so, though. But yeah, third Inter. Imagine Inter going into that Europa League. Hopefully, Pleasant somehow were able to pull off third, so it just makes it an easier win for us. Actually, no. Let's be honest. If United want to win the Europa League, I want to start saying, "Oh yeah, look, we were able to beat these teams when we won the Europa League." So it actually was quite hard. So if Inter finished third, fine. Actually, thinking about it that way. Second place. I'm going to say Bayern, to be fair. I'm going to say Bayern second place and Barcelona first. Honestly, I just feel Bayern, I mean, yeah, honestly, solid side. They've lost Lewandowski, who I think obviously is a huge miss for them, of course. But honestly, I just see Barcelona. But yeah, honestly, I have a feeling Barca are just good enough to win. I don't see why they can't, to be fair. I honestly think that Barcelona are going to win this group. Great signings they've got, really good in the market. Of course, able to, honestly, Group C, this is my prediction, to be fair. I honestly think that, imagine if there's another 8-2. Yeah, I can't, imagine if there is, but honestly, don't see it happening. But yeah, I feel Bayern are good enough. Why do I keep saying Bayern? I feel like Barca are good enough to win this group. Honestly, they've got good enough signings. I do think most people would put Bayern first. But honestly, as Blake said here, Bayern are looking poor defensively. And yeah, obviously the manager overthinks. Yeah, I mean, that again, I feel like that's a very true comment, to be fair. Yes, I know. Like, Bayern are obviously going to be rocking it in the Bundesliga, looking good. I mean, obviously, wait, they're not first, are they? They aren't first. They are unbeaten, though. They are unbeaten, but you know, it's that but they are drawing a bit, which is the thing. I don't know. Yeah, this is why I do think Barca are 100% able to pull this off and finish first place. To be completely honest with you, I just honestly think Barca are looking fairly good. Obviously, if we look at La Liga here, they played 4. Real Madrid are top. Barca 3 wins, 1 draw, 0 defeats so far in the 4 games. But yeah, honestly, Barca look good with the signings they've made. They've got to be happy with the signings that they've got. Barcelona. I honestly think that. I honestly think they got top signings. Lewandowski stole him off. Bayern, of course. I just feel, honestly, I just feel like that they're improving up front, of course, Barcelona. They're improving up front with that deal of Rafinha as well. I feel like, Rafinha, Lewandowski, it looks good, of course. They signed Koundé as well. Look, I just saw this here. They signed Koundé as well, which I feel like solid deal. Koundé from Sevilla, solid deal, of course. So yeah, Barca have just got some solid deals. They've been working on their attack during the summer transfer window, also working on their defense, defensive wise as well. Barcelona, and I feel like Bayern have lost a few players such as Lewandowski. So yeah, I feel like they won't struggle. I don't think they'll struggle to get out of the group. They could do. I don't know. I feel like it'll be close between Barca, Bayern, and Inter, but yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. And to be fair, I feel like Pleasant last 100%. Inter, you never know. They could snatch second or something like that somehow. But I do think they will finish third, though, Inter. I do think they will finish third. I'm fairly confident on that one as well. Bayern seconds, it's a gamble, and Barcelona first is a gamble. I wouldn't say it's an interesting choice. It's an interesting choice. That's all I'll say. It's an interesting choice. Make sure you drop a like on the stream as well, guys, and get your predictions for the groups in the chat. But make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you're new, of course. Right now, what Group D? Group D. There are some good groups. I feel like this is a good group as well, Group D. You've got Frankfurt, winners of the Europa League last year. Ajax Frankfurt. Marseille, interesting. Sporting Lisbon, top team in Portugal, and Tottenham Hotspur. This is a good group. This is a good group, this, in my opinion. I quite like the look of this group. Group D, to be fair. I like the look of it. So in 4th place, we're going to get onto it. We're going Marseille. We're going Marseille in 4th. Marseille in 4th. I think that's fair. Marseille, how do you spell? Marseille in 4th. I feel like, it's... I feel I feel like Tottenham, Sporting, and Frankfurt are kind of more supreme to that over Marseille. They look like the better teams overall, to be fair. Tottenham, Sporting, and actually no, you can't. You could fancy their chance. I don't know. They'll be able to pull off results. I don't think they'll be like a Club Brugge or something, or a Pleasant, where they're going to really struggle in this group. I can't see that happening, to be fair. I can't see them really struggling. Like Pleasant will, they're probably not even going to pick up a point. Club Brugge, you never know, they could pick out a draw or something. Marseille, I feel like this is going to be a real close one, to be fair, this group. If I'm honest with you, it'll be a real close one. 3rd place, I am going to go with Sporting Lisbon. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of considering putting them up there, to be fair, and I was considering putting them second, but I can get that back. I was considering putting them second, but then I was like, nah, it's not going to happen. Tottenham are going to win the group, and Frankfurt will finish second. I've already given it away, but we're still going to have to talk about this group though. And obviously first Spurs. Yeah, honestly, I feel like this group that we've got here is an interesting group, and I do like the look of it. To be fair, but the thing is like Tottenham, I just feel like are ahead of mostly everyone in this group. I honestly feel like they're mostly ahead of everyone in this group, Tottenham. To be fair, Frankfurt could give them a game, but Sporting, I just don't think are there at that level that Frankfurt are. Frankfurt went on, they won the Europa League last year and looked really good in that competition. To be honest with you, Tottenham just look like Tottenham, they're winning games, but they do look poor in games. But honestly, I feel like Frankfurt could beat them in the away leg, in the away game when on the knockout. In the away game, Frankfurt could beat them. To be fair, Frankfurt could beat Tottenham in the away one. I feel like Tottenham beat everyone else apart from Frankfurt in the away in the away game. That's my thoughts. Blake says Marseille first, Tottenham second, Frankfurt third, and Sporting last. Marseille are doing in Ligue 1. They are in second. They did a lot of signings such as Alexis Sanchez. That's true. Frankfurt sold the best player. Yeah, they did. And Sporting is struggling in the Portuguese league. And that is true. Yes, I know Marseille. I mean, again, though, I feel like this is going to be a tight group, which could go either way. I feel like it's a bit of a gamble to say Marseille first, though, but, I suppose you have got a point going off how they're doing in Ligue 1. But honestly, there's not a doubt in my mind that Tottenham aren't going to win this group. Tottenham are winning this group, in my opinion. It won't be easy. No, it won't. But I feel like they beat everyone else. I don't know. Marseille could possibly pull something off in the away leg. I feel why do we keep saying leg? In the away game. But yeah, honestly, I feel Tottenham win this. I feel Tottenham win this group. Frankfurt, not easy second. They will finish second. Sporting and Marseille. Interesting there. It will be. I don't know. I just have a feeling Sporting will just get the better of them, though, to be fair. That's my thoughts. Okay, we're going to Group E. Okay, I feel like this one. I feel like when we look at Group E, this doesn't look too intriguing. We got Chelsea, Dynamo Zagreb, Salzburg, and AC Milan. Okay, right. Group E. Everyone's thoughts on this. Chelsea, Dynamo Zagreb, Salzburg, and AC Milan. Everyone's thoughts on that. Right. Fourth place. We are going to say Dynamo Zagreb, or whatever their bloody name is. Zagreb. I know who they are, but, honestly, they're finishing last. They are finishing last in the group. There's no doubt. I don't even know this is one of the teams in the Champions League, Dynamo Zagreb, I know nothing about Dynamo Zagreb whatsoever, to be fair. So, and I just know they're just not it in the Champions League. I don't think they're Champions League standard. I mean, honestly, put them in the Europa League. I mean, give them an easy group. Possibly they can get out of it. But yeah, they're just dominating their league, whatever the league they're in. Is it Croatia or Russia? I don't know. Okay, third place. I feel like it's fair to say in third, Salzburg. I feel like will finish in third place. Honestly, I feel like that is what's going to happen. Yes, Rebel Salzburg, not a bad team. They're not a bad team whatsoever, to be fair. I just feel like AC Milan and Chelsea are better. Of course. I just feel like luck of the draw. If they were giving a slightly easier one, I would have possibly fancied them to get out of the group. I just think Chelsea and AC Milan are better. Second place for this group, I'm going to go with Chelsea. Honestly, I honestly think Chelsea are in a bad crisis at the moment. So I think Chelsea in second place, and I think AC Milan will win it. Honestly, I do. So, first AC Milan. Then I don't believe they're looking too bad. I don't think they're looking too bad as far as I can remember. Let me quickly check Serie A. I don't think they're looking too bad, though, to be fair. At Chelsea, honestly, West Ham got robbed against them on the weekend. I don't. If you disagree with that, even if you're a Chelsea fan, you can't disagree. You can't. You can't. To be fair. But yeah, I feel like Chelsea are in a bit of a bad crisis at the moment. I feel like I feel like yes, they will get out of the group. Probably go out in the round of 16. Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest, to be fair. Fan 148 says, tonight Chelsea going to destroy Dynamo Zagreb. You probably will. I'll be live on my YouTube whilst watching Chelsea do it this evening. I'll see if I can tune into it. Yeah, I'll see if I can tune into it, unless I'm busy then. But by the way, guys, speaking of that, I might go live at 8 o'clock tonight to cover a few of the Champions League games. Like, vote now for any Champions League games, of course. So we got that you want me to do from 8. We got Celtic versus Real Madrid, RB Leipzig versus Shakhtar, Sevilla versus Manchester City, Benfica versus no, we're not doing that, and PSG versus Juve. So say in the live chat now, what game should I stream at 8? What game should I stream at 8 tonight in the Champions League? And yeah. But yes, going back to the group, obviously, I feel like Chelsea in a bit of a bad crisis. I feel like Chelsea, I feel like AC Milan are not looking bad at all. So and I just feel like AC Milan are, I don't know. At the moment, I just feel like they're just looking a little bit better than how Chelsea are, to be fair. But you know, everyone has their opinion. I mean, if you want to put Chelsea first, I'm not gonna make a fuss about it, because they could do. To be fair, they honestly could do. Like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if they could. But yeah, AC Milan are unbeaten in Serie A so far. Only Atalanta and Napoli above, but yeah, okay, right. So they're not doing too bad, AC Milan. So Football Fan 148 says Chelsea first, Salzburg second, AC Milan third, and Zagreb last. Okay, interesting. Right, now we are gonna get on to group. What's the next group? Group F. Group F. Oh, this one looks good. To be fair, Group F. Yeah, Group F looks good. Group F looks good in my opinion. Wait, I need to. So that way I can write it down. I need to quickly take a photo so I don't forget what my predictions are. So yeah, I can't forget. Right. Anyway, we're now going to go Group F. Right, as I said, Group F. This is the group of Celtic, RB Leipzig, Real Madrid, and Shakhtar Donetsk. This is an interesting group. I like this group. I like the sound of this group. We can have some interesting decisions here, to be fair, to be honest with you. Right. So in last place in this group, like, you guys can put this anywhere you like, but you know, Real have obviously got to top it. The last 3 teams, I believe you can just put them wherever you like, to be fair. And just anything can happen with it. To be honest with you, apart from Real Madrid top, you need to put Real Madrid top, and then you can like with RB Leipzig, Celtic, and Shakhtar, you can do whatever with them. To be fair, honestly, you can. Blake says Real Madrid, Shakhtar, Celtic, Leipzig. Interesting call. Yeah. Okay. Right. My predictions for this one. We have got in last, I think, Celtic. I think Celtic in last. I feel like they will be able to pick up points, though. I feel like they can pick up points, but I can't. I don't know. I can't see them finishing third. I don't see them getting into the Euro, and I don't see them getting into the Europa League by finishing third. Third place, I'm going with Shakhtar Donetsk. If I'm honest with you, I am going with Shakhtar Donetsk in third place. They're not a bad team whatsoever, Shakhtar. They are not a bad team. I feel like they are underrated by quite a few people. And if you even if your prediction is to put them up and fancy their chances to do decent, that is fair enough. I feel like they're finished third, possibly give the second place, which obviously RB Leipzig, in my opinion, a run for their money. So I'm saying Leipzig will get second. Sorry, even though Are they doing that? Are they doing all right? Wait, let me quickly see how they're doing in that. How do they stand in the Bundesliga at the moment? Actually, you know what? They're doing awful, aren't they? Nah. They're doing awful. We're swapping Shakhtar and Leipzig. We are now swapping Shakhtar Donetsk and Leipzig. Yes, we are swapping. We are swapping. Leipzig will finish third. Shakhtar will finish second, and Real Madrid will win. Okay, this is what I'm saying. We're going to put it on the screen, but honestly, I feel like this is what's going to happen. Leipzig. I knew it. They're having a poor start to the season. I knew. I remember seeing something about that. To be fair, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like the main leagues that I mostly watch, keep an eye on: Premier League, Championship, and La Liga. They're the ones that they're the leagues which I like watching. To be fair. But yeah, Real Madrid will win. I can't see them losing this group. Wasn't it Shakhtar that did make a shock against them a few years ago? Someone cleared up in the chat. Was it? I swear, don't Real Madrid usually get group in the same group as Shakhtar Donetsk? Because I'm sure they do. Yeah, so first place in Group F, we have got Real Madrid. Then we got Shakhtar, Leipzig, and Celtic. So Celtic, I think, are going to finish last. Yes, I know. Obviously, they're doing really well in the Scottish Premiership at the moment. I mean, obviously they are at Celtic, and they're coming up a 4-0 win to Rangers. But honestly, yes, they do. They're always in the same group, aren't they? They are always in the same group. But yes, I think Real Madrid, they're going to win. There's no shadow of a doubt about it. They're winning this group, and they're probably going to win the whole thing as well. To be fair. Shakhtar, I think it's interesting to put them second. Well, that's what I've done. I'm not 100% sure in it, though. Leipzig, I'm putting them third. Not a good start in the Bundesliga at the moment. And Celtic, I just don't think are anywhere near the caliber of these other three teams in their group, to be fair. I know Celtic fans won't like me saying it, but it's true. It is true. I mean, possibly Leipzig. But they've got a big game tonight. Obviously, they've got a big Nick Celtic. Have got a big game tonight against Real Madrid. Probably going to lose. But yeah, I mean, you never know. Imagine if they can get a win, they're going to prove me wrong. I mean, I hope they do. It will be cool to see them prove me wrong and do well. To be fair, I don't have anything against Celtic, but I do quite like Real Madrid. To be honest with you, I do quite like Real Madrid. So Group F, I feel like it's an interesting one for second place. To be fair, so Group G, no, not Group F, Group G. So we got two more groups to predict. Group G. So we've got Borussia Dortmund, FC Copenhagen, Manchester City, and Sevilla. Interesting group. Interesting group. Right. So in last place, I'm going to go with FC Copenhagen. In fourth, Hagen will finish bottom of their group, in my opinion, in fourth place. To be honest with you, just nowhere near the caliber of these other teams. Let's be honest with you, they're nowhere near the caliber of Manchester City, Sevilla, and Borussia Dortmund. Let's be honest here. It's not going to happen. They are not going to finish third. They're not even going to be close to finishing third in this group, to be fair. As much as I would love FC Copenhagen to win this group, because it would be funny, but it'll be a massive shock, and I do like it when underdogs such as Copenhagen can do it, but I can't see it. I can't see them doing it. In third place, we are gonna put I don't know. It's Dortmund or Sevilla. Second place. Oh, I don't know. To be fair. We're going to go with Sevilla. We're going to go with Sevilla. Yes, we're going Sevilla in third place. Honestly, you know, I just feel like this is another group where they're going to crash out of. They won't do badly, though. They'll pick up points. They won't do badly. It's not going to be an absolute. I mean, you know, I won't be surprised if they do get through, to be fair. I won't. But I see them finishing third and going down to the Europa League. I feel like, honestly, I feel like that's going to happen. So Sevilla to finish third. Second place, Borussia Dortmund. And I can't wait for the City and Dortmund game. First place would be Man City. Winning that group. Probably won't win the whole thing because they're bottle jobs when it comes to Champions League. Yeah, so Man City will win this group. Shadow of a doubt, I'm sure that they will. But yeah, still, I feel like it's an interesting group, to be fair. I feel like it's an interesting group. Blake says Man City, Dortmund, Sevilla, Copenhagen. So we've agreed on that one. Sevilla are bad. They sold Koundé and Diego Carlos. They are known for their defensive, but now they can't defend. That is true. And, you know, I feel like that does come into considering them to not. I feel like, yeah, that does come into consideration. Think of those players that they've sold. That it's gonna cost them. Just like I think it's gonna cost Bayern in their group, not being able to win it. Well, look, they will go through their group, Bayern, obviously. They will go through their group. But I just feel like the players they've sold, I feel like will cost them, to be fair. I feel like those decisions of those players who have gone will cost them. But yeah, Man City, no doubt, they've strengthened their team. Borussia Dortmund aren't doing bad at all in the Bundesliga, and Sevilla, of course, lost players. Copenhagen just had no chance against any of the teams anyway. So yeah, they'll finish fourth. They will finish fourth. Next, so we've got the last group next. We got our final group next, which is Group H, I believe. Yes, it's Group H. Right, Group H. We have got Benfica. Oh, why did I say Benfica twice? Right, we'll do that again. Benfica, Juventus, Masiba, I can't say it. Masibia, we'll just call them, and PSG. Okay, right. So in last place is Masibia. This is another team which I know nothing about, and I've only just heard of, them a few days ago. Right, so Masibia will finish last. I feel like it's fairly obvious. But good luck to them. Good luck to them, and fair play for getting in the position. I think that's fair, but just a hard group, in it. It's just a hard group for them. But yeah, fourth place it will be Masibia. Well, where are they from? Where are they from? Does anyone know where this Masibia team are from? Because I do not have a clue. Okay, right. So fourth place Masibia. Why is it doing this to me? Right, we're back now. This is working. Right. Masibia. It's not how you spell their name. Fourth. Okay. Right, that's last. So their last place. In third place, I think it's fairly obvious to be Benfica. They'll go down to the Europa League. Again, that's another difficult team to go down to the Europa League as well. That the knockout stages for the Europa League are gonna be really good, in my opinion. They're gonna be really good. With some good group stages. I mean, that's the good thing about having good group stages is that you'll see a good team get knocked out of the Champions League group stages, go down to the Europa League. That will also make the Europa League look even better. And as a Man United fan, with Man United in the Europa League this year, it makes it look better because it'll be more entertaining for me because I hate watching the Europa League. Second place, Benfica and Juve. What am I on about? PSG and Juve go at it tonight. Juve, they're not doing too. Wait, I don't believe they're doing too well in Serie A. I don't believe they are. I've been checking them, and I don't believe they're doing as well as they should be. obviously. Oh yeah, they came off a draw. Yeah, it's not looking good for Juve. So they will get out of the group. But Juve will finish second. Juventus will finish second. They've been a mess ever since Ronaldo's left there. Let's be honest, they kind of have been a bit of a mess since Ronaldo left. To us, of course, that's another team where where we've stolen players from teams, which is good. First place will be PSG, and they of course, could win the competition. PSG, I do fancy their chances to win it. I don't think they will win it, but I do fancy their chances to win the Champions League, to be fair. So PSG will win this group. PSG will win this group, in my opinion. They will. Blake says PSG, Benfica, Juventus, Tavia, yeah. And yes, Juventus are struggling. Yeah, they are struggling, of course, as we know. Benfica are doing good. They made good signings. They signed Enzo Fernandez. I also believe United was linked with him. I believe we were actually. At a point, I believe we were. I think you've definitely got a point to say that yes, Juve could possibly go down to the Europa League and not pass this group, to be honest with you. I mean, I feel like it's definitely a possibility of that happening, to be honest with you. But I think PSG are going to win. I think PSG could win this group fairly comfortably. I feel Juve will manage to get out the group. I feel like they will manage to go to the Champions League knockouts. But I feel like Benfica might be a bit disappointed with how it ends for them, because I'm sure Benfica, looking at Juventus, fancy chances. Look at how they will be looking at how Juventus are doing and fancy their chances to possibly finish second. But we will see how they play against PSG tonight, though, of course. I feel like that'd be an interesting game. I think it's the best game out of all of them, but I do see PSG winning. I think if you don't keep updated with the Serie A, then you'll see this is an absolutely massive game. But let's be honest, PSG, in my opinion, will win this about 3-0, to be fair. Because people who don't keep updated with Serie A or don't watch Serie A will think, oh yeah, Juve are an absolute beast of a team. Who are we going to put to win, Juve or PSG? But in my opinion, it's a no-brainer. It is PSG, and I just about see Juventus edging off Ajax. And I just see Juventus just about edging off Benfica. So that's my opinion on that whole situation, to be fair. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. Of course, it will be interesting. But yeah, I probably will be back at 8 tonight. To do a watch along for one of the Champions League games, of course. But yeah, these are all of my predictions, which I have said. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll speak to you all at 8 o'clock tonight for the watch along. So thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you all for a watch along game tonight. But before I do end, guys, quickly put in the chat, what game do you want me to do? What game do you want me to do? Put in the chat. Out of all the 8 o'clock games, no 5:45 ones, because I believe I'm busy during then. So no 5:45 ones, only 8 p.m. games. So 8 p.m. games, which we could do. We got Salzburg versus AC Milan. Salzburg versus AC Milan. Celtic versus Real Madrid. RB Leipzig versus Shakhtar Donetsk. Sevilla versus Manchester City. Benfica versus Marseille. And PSG versus Juve. What one do you guys want to see out of all those 8 p.m. games of me doing a watch along for? What one looks good? To be honest with you, could decide the game. All right. All right. I'll see. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this stream. I'll speak to you all in a bit at 8 p.m. I'll speak to you all at 8 p.m. in a bit. Make sure you guys tune in to that watch along, of course. It'd be good if you could tune into that watch along. So tune into that watch along 8 p.m. tonight. See you all there. Anyway, thanks for watching the stream with Keal. See you all at 8 p.m. tonight for the watch along. Anyway, thanks for watching this video of Keal. Speak to you all soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace out.